morning, class.
Good morning.
How's everyone doing? Good. Did everyone have their morning coffee? I did not. So I'm trying to wake up. Alright. So today what I'm going to talk about is physical activity, in particular soccer, and how soccer has made me, has shaped who I am today, and how it relates to public speaking. So when I was about age 7, I started playing soccer since I was a little girl. And around age 7, I went up to my dad and I'm like, hey Dad, I want to play soccer at a club level. And for sports you have your rec level and your club level. So he's like, okay Courtney, you can do that. But he's like, with one thing though, he's like, I'm going to put you up 2 age groups. So in any sport, you have like U8, U9, U10, and so on. So I remember I was in the 1st grade, and I was playing with 4th and 5th graders, and I'm this tiny little thing, and just running around the field. I have no idea what I'm doing. So for the first few years, I struggled, a lot of tears, never got a lot of playing time, but you know, it's okay, it happens. And then I remember I was in 5th grade, I was 10 years old, and my best friend at the time and a few other girls from my soccer team tried out for the All-Stars. Very cliche. And they all made it, and I remember I didn't make it. And I remember that day because I felt embarrassed that I was the only one that didn't make it, and it hurt. But I could have been defeated by not making that. But I remember that day, I'm like, I'm not going to let that defeat me or anyone, or no failure. Because failure is what makes people successful. So I remember I saved up my allowance and I brought my own soccer net. 4 to 5 days a week, I would just practice, because I wanted to be the best. I wanted to make the All-Star team. And so from that day, I started practicing, watching more soccer. I was a goalkeeper, and I remember going to goalie training, and I was the only girl there, and it was for years that I was the only girl, and it made me a better soccer player, and it taught me a lot of life skills. At age 15, I finally reached that level. I wasn't the best player, but I definitely, within the course of 4 years, I reached to the top. So with that said, practice does not make perfect, but you do need practice with whatever you're doing. With public speaking, I mean, I don't think anyone here is like, yes, we're going to take public speaking. I love speaking in front of people. Heck no. The first day when Mr. Coker said, so, you are all probably wondering, when are you going to present your first speech? He's like, today. And I'm like, oh my God. I should just walk out, go into a guy's house, like, I can't, I get anxiety, I get BO, like it's not normal. And I'm like, okay, relax, being dramatic. So, but with public speaking, you learn how to communicate effectively, look at people without being so scared and timid. Which leads me to my next point. Soccer has taught me so many personal life skills. I played at a college level, and playing at a college level was extremely different from playing club or at a high school team. You have to train very hard. It is your passion. And like other speakers have said, without passion, you don't really have anything. I mean, passion is what drives you. People who work, I don't want to work. If I work, I don't want to work every day I'm going to wake up and do the same routine. No, I want to go to work and be like, yes, this is what I do. I'm going to go to work happy. And how am I going to inspire others? Passion is everything that you have. And without passion, I mean, you're kind of dead. What do you have? What do you have to show? Or, right, how are you going to shine your light on someone else's life? And I was reading this article, and it talked about, in particular, soccer players and chess players. And what it talked about, basically, was to get to a high level of chess, And with the collegiate level of soccer, it talked about how it's motivation, it gets in there, practice, and the right coaches. And those are three important factors that play out. Because with all three of those, that's how you get better. And so with that said, I believe I love playing soccer. I love playing at a college level. I learned so many things about myself, and I pushed myself to many opportunities that I didn't think I could ever reach. And I definitely learned a lot about myself and about others, and just about, finding yourself and where you stand. And passion is everything, and let nothing stop you. So with that said, I challenge all of you, if you want something, go get it. Let nothing stop you. You're never competing against anyone else, you're competing against yourself. How are you going to make yourself a better person? How are you going to make yourself a better person than you were yesterday?